So, introducing this week's speaker, we have Huston with Solar Edge Pros. He's been in business for 2 years. His previous types of jobs were auto industry, bank representative, finance manager, sales and insurance adjuster and agent. His spouse of 10 years is Celeste. They have 2 children, 2 girls, Carly 7 and Hannah 6. One pet, an Aussie Doodle, Kalua. Is that his
Kalua.
name? Yeah. Hobbies and interests include golf, baseball, softball, football, fishing, craft beer, hanging out with friends and kids. He lives in Bernie. He's lived there for 9 years. His burning desire is to be a positive influence and role model for his daughters. Something that no one knows about him is he was the El Paso High School Baseball Player of the Year in 2001.
Half a lifetime ago.
And his key to success is he believes that knowledge is power. He strives to learn something new every day so that he can utilize it to grow.
All right. Well, thank you. So start off telling you just a little bit about myself. So this is my family. My wife Celeste, my daughters Hannah and Carly. The picture up on the top in the middle is Hannah at her birthday party this past Sunday. She just turned 6. You can see how proud of herself she is. And then down at the bottom, Carly, my older one, she turns 8 next month. She's our little ballerina. And then our dog Kalua down there in the corner. So we named her Kalua because she originally looked kind of like a mudslide. But as you can see, as she moved from puppy to adult dog, all of the color got washed out. So she's pretty much just white now. So my background is I was a graduate of Trinity University in 2005. You can see there I did play baseball in college. Steve asked earlier, I was an outfielder. My work history primarily was in the automotive industry. I worked for Enterprise Car Sales for 7 years and then switched over to the banking side, was a rep for credit acceptance for 5 and then Fifth Third Bank for 2. And then started in the solar industry almost 3 years ago now. Created my own LLC with Power Up Sol, and then about 6-8 months ago, we merged with Solar Edge Pros. So I'm now the director of sales for Solar Edge Pros. So let's talk a little bit about Solar Edge Pros. So first of all, why did I join Solar Edge Pros and leave my own company or merge? So I joined a company that's got over 17 years in the industry. They're locally owned and operated. We are 100% in-house. We don't sub out any of our work, which in the solar industry is a huge, huge, huge thing you want to ask. We do offer a 30-year workmanship warranty, which is as good or better than the majority of our competition. We offer expert solar consultants, fast installs. So San Antonio, we're right now running 30 to 60 days. I just had a system commissioned last week that was less than 2 months from signed contract to producing power for the home. And then we've completed over 5,000 successful installs in and around the San Antonio and throughout Texas. Some of our recent accolades. So you can see there we are a 4.9 rating on Google. We were just recently awarded a Top Workplace Award by the San Antonio Express News. We're an A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau. We were the Best of San Antonio Solar Company for 2023 by the SA Current. We're also nationally ranked as a top solar contractor, and we're also on the Inc. 5,000 fastest growing companies list. So a lot of accolades there that really point to us being a great place if you're looking to get solar. On top of that, we only use the top equipment in the market. So all of our residential installs are in-phase microinverters, top tier panels, both American made and some other areas, but top equipment available in the marketplace. So why now? Why would someone choose to go solar now? So actually, I'm going to go back because if you look at this picture, this is a recent install that we completed for Woodland Baptist Church right over here off of Hebner Road. It's a 132 kilowatt system that's going to produce about 80% of their total energy needs. So the amount of money they're saving there is going to be massive. So since 2003, so in the past 20 years, national average utility pricing has almost doubled, and it's going up very, very rapidly, particularly in the state of Texas, where we've been spoiled by cheap rates. CPS has actually announced rate increases for the next coming years. Last year they went up 3.85%, and everybody about stormed the Capitol. Next year they're going up 5.5%, and then in 2 years they're going up another 5.5%. So expect those rates to continue to increase. So the focus of my presentation today, a lot of you guys who've been in the chapter for a while have heard me talk mostly about residential. I want to talk a little bit about solar for business today. Some of the benefits, some of the incentives that are available, and why would a business choose to go solar? So I'm going to start by pointing out my ideal clients. I want you to keep these in mind as I'm going through. So we're looking for hotels, motels, warehouses, ranches, car dealerships, storage facilities, shopping centers, multifamily units, churches, I showed you that picture earlier, nonprofits, schools, and of course homeowners. So why would somebody go solar? Why would they make the decision to switch from renting from the utility company to owning their own energy? Well, main thing is control of your energy costs, the addition of property value, making a difference on the environmental side of thing, and then leveraging credits and rebates that are available. We're going to talk mostly about the credits and rebates available as it relates to commercial projects. So on the commercial side of things, a commercial business that purchases solar can receive a tax credit of between 30 and 60% of the total cost of the system. That 30% is the baseline, so everybody would receive that at a minimum, including homeowners. But there are some certain qualifiers that you can get to in order to tick that up as high as 60%. So we're going to look at that. First one is the domestic content bonus. So there's a lot of words on this page. Bottom line is, if we use 40% or greater American-made products, you qualify for an additional 10% tax credit. So we use an American-made panel that's actually made right on the south side of San Antonio by Mission Solar for all of our commercial projects in order to verify and make sure that all of our commercial projects qualify for that initial 10% bonus. So we're up to 40%. Next one is an energy community bonus. So in and around San Antonio, what do we have? A lot of oil communities, right? So if that community produces a certain percentage of their overall GDP through fossil fuels, any businesses who choose to go solar in that area qualify for an extra 10% bonus. The next one is a low income bonus. So think about like south side of San Antonio, a lot of low income areas there. If you're in a low income area as a business owner, you qualify for a 10% bonus. So if you hit all of those tiers, you could potentially get 60% of the total system cost credited back to you as a tax credit. So who qualifies? So this is a map of Bexar County and the surrounding areas. If you look at the light pink, those are the areas where the 30 to 40% is going to apply. If you look at the darker pink, so think the whole south side of San Antonio, a lot of the surrounding areas, all of those areas are going to qualify for 40 to 50%. The light purple is an energy community, but it's not low income, so they qualify for 50% as well. And the real gold mines are the dark purple. Those are the areas where it's both low income and an energy community. So if we use Mission panels, 60% tax credit. So you look at that area, we've got some areas right along the south side of San Antonio off of 281. Also a number of areas out kind of in the more rural areas. That's where ground mounts become a real big player out there on ranch land, things like that. So for ranchers who like to keep their money instead of give it to the government, I'd love to talk to them. On top of that, if you're in San Antonio, if you're a CPS customer, CPS doesn't offer any rebates for residential. But for commercial, they still offer pretty extensive rebates, up to a max out of $80,000 of the cost of the system. For small businesses, it caps out based on system size. But for churches, schools, nonprofits, there's no system size limitation, so they can max out that full 80 grand. So tax exempt organizations, you think about it, I'm talking about tax credits, but as a church, well, I'm tax exempt. I don't owe any taxes. Well, the cool thing is that through the Inflation Reduction Act, the the tax credit is now fully refundable for a nonprofit. So a nonprofit gets an automatic check for whatever their tax credit percentage would be. On top of that, there's bonus depreciation available. So there's a lot of calculations that go into this, but this example here shows a $100,000 system with a $30,000 federal tax credit, and they're able to claim a depreciation value of $68,000 in year one. So by year one, with a $30,000 tax credit, $68,000 depreciation, you're almost break even. It's crazy. The math on this and the economics on it for a business are just really a no-brainer. There's also accelerated depreciation, so the remaining value of that depreciation you can take over a 5-year period. So most business owners that we're presenting to, we're showing a break-even point between 4 and 7 years for a system that's got a 30-year warranty. So for 20 to 25 years, you're producing energy for free. Seems like a no-brainer to me, right? So I want to remind you, my ideal client owns hotels, motels, warehouses, ranches, car dealerships, storage facilities, shopping centers, multi-family units, etc. So if you know anybody who owns one of those, I would love to have a conversation with them, help them see the value of solar, and help them save a whole bunch of money. So that's it. If you want to scan that QR code, you can get my contact information, but I appreciate y'all's time.
What was the name of that church?
Woodland Baptist. Yeah, Woodland Baptist Church.